Don't look at all those kids' toys over here. That's the pile of crap in the corner. And all the cords hanging. This house is a mess. I'm sure you can relate. Probably not. Your house probably is not a mess like this one is a mess. You think it's a mess, but then this one's a mess. And it's okay. You can always make it better, right? Uh, so, I'm fucking recording here, dick. Hey, fun episode. We're at 16 minutes of fun. Now, let me let you in on a secret of this fabulous skin. This lush, pliable skin. What I do in the mornings is take a nice scoop of skin salt. That's right, this is made from bovine hide. So it's like powdered cows. Powdered cows. This one's pretty low because I used all this. Like, I just put it in a cup of coffee. It's tastes flavorless. Put a scoop of that in my coffee. It gives you that evil villain feeling of drinking the life of some other form, and a life form, like just drinking the essence of their life to rejuvenate your body and keep it young. So, it's pretty cool. I would recommend that. Try some. Vital Proteins is the brand I use. They have it at Costco. That was the cheapest location I found it. Any one will be fine. All the cowhides there are from Brazil. So I kind of feel bad. I feel like I'm contributing to the deforestation of the rainforest because I think they're cutting them down for cows, but I don't know if that's true or just what I hear on the internet, because you can't believe anything you hear on the internet because people are crazy and stupid, and I dislike most of their ideas. People generally I don't dislike. I don't think. But a lot of their ideas, they just need to stop having them. Just don't think so much, or think, but don't tell anyone about it. Don't tell others about it. Your stupid ideas. People don't want to hear them. They're dumb unless they're not. And maybe you're a poor judge of that. So tell me your ideas in the comment. I will pass judgment on them. Say, it's a good idea. You should talk about that to other people. Or, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Don't talk about that to anyone ever again. And chances are your ideas are probably all bad if this is the idea you came up with. So I won't be that harsh the first time. I'll let you have 2 or 3 ideas before I start saying, you shouldn't talk to anyone ever. You should just agree with whatever they say, because you don't have good ideas. And, we're coming up on 20 minutes. That's fun. I've still got wine. I'll drink more. Because I know what you really want to do is you want to watch a podcast. This isn't a podcast. This is a video cast. Is a video. Doesn't matter. This is a video of me drinking. You just want to watch me drink. This is what it's like hanging out with me drinking a lot of times. Only you usually provide some feedback. And then we're like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, yeah. We crack jokes. We make fun of people, mainly each other. Talk about playing some card game or some other drinking game or something, or talk about doing something. hem and haw back and forth, never really get it done. Eventually, maybe do something that then you get like into it about 10 minutes and you're like, oh, this, yeah. And anyway, but it's usually fun. Usually fun because you're with your friends and you're conversing and you're having a great time. Or you're having a time. You're having a good time. You're not, maybe it's not the greatest, but it's pleasurable conversation, pleasurable evening. Instead of just sitting at home talking to the kids, which you love, but at the same time, it's like, hey, man, I I love you, but I don't always want to be talking to you and be hanging out with. Like, I want you to be able to do your own thing. I'm gonna hang out. I want to watch a show, but then it's like, man, I just don't want to keep watching TV shows by myself. I wish there were people to hang out with and like kind of talk and maybe watch the show with the people and we talk about the show and we do things like that. But that's unfeasible because they've got kids and they've got to keep their kids and their kids aren't being like self-entertained, so you got to be there in case one of them like stabs himself or does something ridiculous that you have to be there for, otherwise you're a neglectful parent. And so then you just sit there at your house with yourself and your spouse and you're like, we see each other all the time and it's a good time, but it's also like, hey, we need other people around so that we don't just have to keep talking to each other. Yeah, so I'm providing, I'll be that third wheel for you. Turn me on. Prop me up beside the jukebox. I'll just run my mouth, I'll riff. And you guys go off on a tangent, pause me. Just hit the pause button. You have your conversation, pick me back up. I'll cut back in with some riveting topic that you want to be like, oh yes, let's talk about that some more. Like, what's your favorite cheese? Mine? I don't know. I don't know what my favorite cheese is. I love a Munster. Mainly Adam Munster. Was there an Adam Munster? I don't know. But no, Munster cheese is good. Oh, what? There's not many cheeses that I don't like. Blue cheese is okay, but it's not one of my favorites. Like a Brie's good, but it's Port Salut. Port Salut is great. Also, while I'm talking about Port Salut, may seem like a side tangent, but it ties in. Bastille Day is July 14th, and there's a restaurant here in Kansas City called Le Fou Frog, which is a French restaurant. They have Bastille Day celebration, and apparently reservations sell get booked months in advance. It is a blast. So the staff's all having a good time. They're singing show tunes, walking up and down the aisles. They have people sing random things up front. There's just lots of stuff going on. It's packed. Everyone's having a good time. It is a great experience. Probably one of the top experiences in Kansas City is to go to Le Fou Frog on a Bastille Day weekend and just enjoy yourself. Even if you don't like show tunes. Like, I'm not a huge show tunes person, but just the fun of everyone there, and it's great stuff. I highly recommend you give it a try. Le Fou Frog. They've got great food. Food's phenomenal. Wine's great. And it's fun. It's just really fun. But anyway, so the Port Salut, where that tied in, is they usually have a theme. The first year we happened to go there by chance, their theme was an homage to fromage, which is cheese, right? So they all dressed up as different cheeses, and one guy had like a sailor outfit, and he kept saluting, so it was like Port Salut, Port Salute. Anyway, Port Salute. There were some other ones, and I don't remember what they were, but point being, that's the Port Salut connection, and so it's a theme every year. It's great, great fun, great fun. Come join me for a Bastille Day, July 14th, if you wish. If you wish to come to Kansas City, I'll go out to Le Fou Frog with you. We'll have a great time. Celebrate it up. Celebrate the French independence. French wine. You're welcome, French wine industry, for Missouri being so great. Why do you ask? Well, Missouri wine grape roots. There was a terrible plague in France, 1800s perhaps, somewhere in there, where there was a aphid or something eating the roots of all of these old vines, like just killing white, decimating crops, right? Well, there was a American botanist who discovered that a particular grape in Missouri's roots were immune to this particular disease. So by grafting these roots to the other ones, it thereby protected against it. So they began mass cultivating and shipping them to Europe to graft these vines to these Missouri rootstocks to save French wine. Salute to you. There's actually a statue in Montpellier, perhaps, or some other place. I don't know where it is. It's in some park. There's a guy, this botanist fella, I think, who did this discovery and there's a little salute to him and thanking you. I'll look that up maybe for the next episode. 30 minutes. This is literally almost half of a gentleman's hour. That's right. A gentleman should go for a while, right? Isn't that what it is? If you're watching by now, thank you. Also, I'm sorry. But I am going to stick it out the last 2 minutes to get a nice 30-minute in, because once you hit a goal, once you see a goal, and I've got enough wine, I think, to get me those 2 minutes. So maybe one of these days I'll have a guest on Gentleman's Hour. I doubt it, because I only have one headset, so I'd have to get a different setup, and also friends near here that would be available, like randomly after I put my son to bed. And I'm out here wanting to do this, but maybe I could take this show on the road. Maybe I'll go to St. Louis and I'll bring my laptop, we can record. I need to get a mic. Maybe I'll get a professional setup. Maybe I'll swing up to Kirksville, record a sesh. Maybe I'll go camping. Maybe me and some friends go camping somewhere and remote the Gentleman's Hour by the fireside. It's coming into spring. I think that's a fabulous idea. As long as there aren't any white caterpillars. Tussock moth caterpillar? Something. If it's got white and like black dangly strips, don't jam those hairs into your body, because you'll get tons of rash and welt and think you're going to die, which is not good drunk at 4 a.m. You have to drive yourself to the gas station to get some Benadryl and then onto the emergency room just in case the Benadryl doesn't kick in and you have to go in for emergency. Anyway, it's 30 minutes and 13, 15, 16 seconds. So we made it to 30 minutes. Thanks for tuning in. I didn't finish my wine, but that means I just have to do another one. I'll probably switch beverage for my next episode. Have a great night or day or afternoon. I don't know when you're watching this, but have a good one.